Merry Christmas here in Branson. I'm Byron Tyler with the Bot Radio Network and traveled here to Branson and with my dear friend Lynn Berry from the Branson Chamber to talk about Christmas as we continue these shows we're producing, about 4 shows here, so we can let our friends in the Memphis and Mid-South area know how they can plan a wonderful vacation time. I mean, as I mentioned, Lynn, even if it's just for a couple of days, the weekend.
That's right.
There's so much you can do and see.
There's nothing like Ozark Mountain Christmas in Branson, Missouri.
Nothing like it, right?
Oh, my goodness. So many shows from which to choose, incredible light displays, and lest we forget, the family time that all of us want to enjoy.
Yes, and I tell you, there's nobody that understands family better and knows how to entertain families better than the Hughes Brothers. Family entertainment for sure. What happened, Jason? I thought Aaron was supposed to be here. You thought
it was my
Aaron
son,
was supposed to be here, and Aaron thought you were supposed to be here.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what happened either. I think he just thought that I was maybe better at this.
Well,
I don't know.
You got more experience.
Aaron's really good too.
I think you got more experience, right?
My son Aaron is a great talker, and no, he's awesome.
But Aaron's actually part of the marketing team, really, that helps get the word out.
He's our sales and marketing director.
But you'll see him on stage from time to time, right?
Yeah, no, he's in the shows, and he actually plays a big role, especially in the Christmas show. He's an incredible violinist, and he's an incredible singer too, great dancer.
Yeah.
All around.
Did that come like an instant kind of feel for him, or did you have to say, you got to practice this violin, you got to practice these
the
songs?
Violin, there were many tears shed over
as most of us endured piano lessons.
In the beginning stages of learning to play the violin, it's not pleasant for really anybody.
Yes. Oh, yes. I read an article from Dear Abby many years ago, and somebody wrote in and just said, I want to thank my mom for all of those hours she made me play the piano and take those lessons.
Oh, yeah.
Because today, and I don't know exactly which orchestra, but he conducts an orchestra in a metropolitan, city, and he loves what he does.
Yeah. Wow. Well, and that's, I think the secret, honestly, to kids progressing quickly and also enjoying themselves is to get them the absolute very best teachers that you possibly can.
Yeah.
Because if they can progress pretty quickly, and then if the parents are really involved also, that really helps a lot, because if they kind of are stuck on the same thing forever, then it gets frustrating.
Not much joy.
And plus, living in an area like Branson, where you have incredible entertainers, some of the top, either fiddle players or violinists, that are here. I mean,
that's right.
The passing of the great late Shoji Tabuchi.
Yes, we lost
Shoji this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Shoji ever gave your son any kind of lessons or not, but
no, but I did have a wonderful experience with Shoji one time that has nothing to do with shows at all.
Maybe catching fish?
Yeah, well, no, we were both at the Little League World Series that was being held here in Branson.
Yes, ballparks of America.
Yeah, and we were, our family, because my son was a missionary in Japan, so he speaks. This is Aaron, actually.
I didn't know that.
He speaks fluent Japanese.
Wonderful.
And so we were asked to be kind of the sponsor for the Japanese team, and so we were there at all their games, and of course Shoji, being Japanese, was interested in their games also. So he was showing up to the games, and there was I had a couple kids in a stroller, and I was backing them up to one of those big staircases over there, and I was gonna back them up this big staircase, and here comes Shoji, and he goes, "Oh, hi," and he grabs the bottom of the stroller and helps me carry the stroller all the way up the stairs, and anyway, I think that just goes to the character of who Shoji was.
Yes,
absolutely.
And I think that's a great word, Jason. And then also, I think the character of many other performers and entertainers here.
Yeah, it's true. We're just, well, not speaking for myself, but speaking for everyone else. Everyone is I mean, we just really have an incredible community
Genuinely.
of people here in town that genuinely care about others.
Yes.
You know, it's not just an act.
Well, is there any strollers in the future for Jason and his wife?
Well, honestly, we just had our 12th child.
Did you?
Today she's 8 weeks old.
Oh, my
I think when we
goodness,
first
how
started doing
sweet.
interviews with you, Jason, I think you were at child number 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
Marty
you know?
wins, though.
Marty has 15.
Yeah.
That's true. He wins.
You could have a chance to beat Marty, maybe.
Well, yeah, people will say that all the time. They'll say, "Well, hey, you're so close. 3 more." And my response to that is like, I don't know. How many children do you have, and how would you feel about having 3 more?
3 more.
Yeah.
And I don't care how many children you have. 3 more is a lot.
Yeah.
Some of your day. Yes, it does.
Okay, so we've talked about, you got 12 children, and you mentioned Aaron and can speak Japanese,
Yeah.
can play the violin, sing, and he can dance and all these things.
Yeah.
And I'm sure not all your children fit into that category like Aaron. I know you love them just as equally.
Yes.
So how do you encourage your children in maybe other interests or ways that they are expressing themselves, and maybe the way that God has, put the skill set into them?
Yeah. No. Honestly, we just force them to. No, I'm kidding.
Show
I was
up.
joking
suit up.
around. We have a great training program. It involves a cattle prod and duct tape.
We know better. We know better.
No, honestly, we really do believe that when it comes to the talents that the kids, they usually express what they want to do, and for the most part, because our kids are so involved from when they're very small. It's kind of like if your dad's the baseball coach, you're just at the ball field all the time, and so it's just kind of natural to be able to throw the ball and hit the ball.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way that it is with our children. But our kids do have a ton of other interests. I remember, again, Aaron. We're talking a lot about Aaron. There are like 40 other kids, but when Aaron was about 16, we homeschool all of our kids, and he was a part of the way that we homeschool the kids is just giving them the opportunity to be able to kind of study what they want to study,
Right.
And he got really interested in Shaolin monks. And so he decided that he wanted to train himself like a Shaolin monk. And so there what are those trails just off of
The Buddhist prayer that.
no the trails here in Branson?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That with the steps down
Lakeside.
to Lakeside.
Lakeside Forest
That's the
Trails.
name of it. That's right by our house. So he would go over there, and the Shaolin monks they'll crawl up the stairs, and then they'll crawl back down the stairs. So
300 steps.
he decided that he was going to do that on the steps at the lakeside.
Oh.
He did a couple times.
He's invested. He's invested in the learning and experience.
Those are the kinds of things, when you're trying to. A lot of times, I don't think you have to really encourage your kids to do a lot of things.
But create maybe the space for them to do that, right?
I mean, when they show an interest, allow the space for them to do
be able
it,
to do that.
and
encourage them along the way.
And give them the tools. Like, for instance, when it was Aaron also and his cousin Christina, who's the oldest out of all the kids, showed an interest in playing the violin.
Yeah.
And so we found the best people we could
do that,
to start teaching them. And, and because their interest was so strong, then now we have 20.
Hey, we've got to talk about, Jason, we've got to talk about Christmas at Hughes, okay? I know you do a lot of the choreography for all the shows. Mm-hmm. How much do you put into the Christmas show and choreography for that?
Well, there's a ton of choreography, but there's also a ton that we draw from years past.
Yeah.
So I would say that for me personally, I've probably choreographed maybe 50%
Cool.
of the choreography,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But my wife is a wonderful choreographer. My brother Ryan and Marty also have wives that are
Because sometimes you have as many
Yeah.
as how many on stage? The most of family members.
Well, the most we've had, I would say, was probably 55.
Okay.
Stage.
I think this year we'll probably have about 43 on stage in the
Yeah.
show.
And it's tradition for Marty to do Santa Claus,
Yeah.
but with a message.
Yes.
Yes.
We love
that
the
story.
message of the Christmas show. He dons the red suit and he goes over the symbols of Christmas. As the curtain opens in the second half of the show, you see Santa Claus there putting gifts under the tree, and then he goes to leave up the fireplace, and he notices the nativity scene there sitting on the table, and he shushes the audience for just a second, and then he comes back over, he picks up the baby Jesus out of the nativity scene, and then he says, "Teach the children.
Wow.
Teach the children the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah.
Teach them that Christmas begins with Christ."
Yes.
And then after that, then he starts to talk about the different symbols of Christmas and the different colors of Christmas and how they point towards Christ. Like
Wow.
white
Yes.
is the symbol of purity and innocence.
Yeah.
And Christ was the pure and innocent lamb
Yeah.
that was sacrificed
Yeah.
so that we can all be free from sin.
Yes. That's
And,
beautiful. Yeah.
And so anyway, and then we have these girls all dressed in white sing this really beautiful little song called Little Lambs. Little lambs so white and fair are the shepherd's tender care. And as they sing this song, then one of the little toddlers, 2 or 3 year old,
Yeah.
will walk out holding a little stuffed lamb in a little shepherd costume and walk over and stand in front of the audience and then walk up and sit in Santa's lap. And then the next scene is green.
Yeah.
And Santa gets up and pulls something off the Christmas tree and says, "Teach the children that green symbolizes everlasting life."
Wow. Yeah.
And anyway, so
So
it
goes on, yeah.
And it goes on. The candy cane.
But you really keep the
yeah.
meaning of Christmas, the
Yeah.
true meaning of Christmas is definitely celebrated at the Hughes Brothers
100%.
Theatre.
Yeah.
Okay, how do we get tickets and when is the show times?
Yeah, show times, let's see here. We're every night at 8 o'clock. And then we also have a Tuesday and Thursday afternoon and then a Wednesday morning
Okay.
show.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's for the Christmas show. We also have the Revive show with our kids that is happening Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and 2 of your kids were here last time with me. Did a
yeah.
fantastic job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great. And then country show continues also. That's in the afternoon on Friday.
Keep it
Keeps the
together,
dads
Jason. Yeah.
busy.
Well, this has been great. Thank you so much, Jason, as always, stopping by and sharing Hughes Brothers Christmas with us here on
yeah.
Bot Radio Network.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. We love Christmas and we love getting to do it together as a family.